can even skip it. Transparency. I think it's hilarious every time I hear that woman say, in the interest of transparency. Sorry, that was a side note.
Oh, wait, pause before you move on. So there's this whole thing about her cross. Have you been hearing about this at all?
Yes. She hasn't worn it in, a few weeks now.
Is she wearing it right now? She's wearing a necklace. I can see it. Can you make that full screen so we can see a little bit better? There's a little thing right there. Yep, there's the cross right there. I see it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So when she is back to wearing the cross, do we believe her or not? Where is her line on, I can't wear the cross today, this lies too much, before she gets back to the wearing it?
Do you think that's the thing, why she takes it off and it's interchangeable? When she's like, man, I got to lie a lot today. I better take it off.
Well, so there's this thing I was reading. It was talking about how when she's doing these little white lies or these little like lies that she thinks are for the greater good, she can wear the cross because she feels like she's for greater good. But when she's knowingly lying to the American people to protect a pedophile, hide information on his predilections, then maybe she should take it off because, you know, it might catch fire.
Caroline Levitt, I support that. If that's what you're doing, if you are taking off the cross when you have to lie, I support that. If you feel like you're doing the right thing.
It's all lies.
Right. I support it. You know what?
Totally obliterated.
Right. Let's see what this actually says, though. All right. You know that this Trump White House doesn't come out with information like this unless they absolutely have to. So that means that something is going to be like very obvious for everyone.
This is the classic misdirect from Trump. And just like the ear and him releasing that report that he never did or tax returns, like, if he's throwing anything out there, it's look at this. Don't look at this little thing. It's not a big deal. Don't look at all this.
Epstein. He's covering up Epstein, y'all. She looks nervous to me. Like she doesn't want to say what she's saying. Are
looking very difficult for her. So Venus is veins, for those who don't know. Doppler is a radar or mapping tech that people use for various things. But basically, they're just trying to track. There's multiple different ways of doing it. You can do dyes, radioactive triggers. You could put lines in and trace them through. There's a bunch of different ways to, and I'm sure there's more better ways of saying it that, you know, people more familiar. These are the ones I'm familiar with. But
I'm judging her disposition. Like it looks like she's like, doesn't want to say this stuff. Like it's bad news and she hates this part of her job right here.
She doesn't. She was probably handed this very complicated script like moments before she was pushed out with a boot on the stage.
A little nervous. All right. I'll give her that.
What the fuck is this
common
word?
Condition of deep vein thrombosis.
That he's over 70. So they ran like crazy on the fact that Biden was too old. Biden is younger than Trump and in better overall physical health. Now, I know his mind stuff is and sleepiness is a whole thing. And there's probably, and the cancer was definitely there based on everything that he said. Yeah. But these fuckers are almost 80. Like,
yeah,
Trump is 70 fucking 8 years old.
Right.
Like, this guy should. Would you hire a 78-year-old guy to get up on your roof and hammer in shingles? Like, come on.
Nope.
I wouldn't even prove him to do my paperwork.
He's a greeter at Walmart. He can do that.
That's all.
All right, here we go.
An echocardiogram was all.
All right, so normal limits. I want to talk about that for a second because this is a very big misunderstanding a lot of people have. Normal is relative, right? So if I pick
normal to me is different than normal to you.
Well, normal for me and normal for you are not necessarily good, right? For everybody. So I have higher amounts of one of the proteins in my body than the average person does. I'm slightly out of the normal range. And the normal range is an average, of like so many people that they monitored and studied and figured were appropriate for average health in a certain age range. And based on your age range, you get this normal data set, which will be shifted depending on, you know, what's going on. But an age range for a 78-year-old includes people in fucking nursing homes that have had cardiac failures and are having heart issues and are overweight, and along with people that are probably relatively healthy for that age and maybe they're in tip-top shape and all that kind of stuff. But they're going to be the outliers, and that's the boundaries for normal, right? But normal doesn't necessarily mean healthy or optimal. The proteins that she's talking, some of these proteins and these biomarkers are based on the release of certain chemicals from like seizures, heart attacks, and different vein problems and whatnot. And they're checking oxygen saturation, all that kind of stuff. But most people don't know this. Your calves and your legs help your heart pump blood through your body. Like if he's got massive swelling there, like my understanding, and feel free to correct me, doctors and whatnot out there, but if you start having massive swelling in your legs, that's usually a sign of heart disease and heart failure. Now, she said that he was checked for this. Didn't say it was clean. Didn't say it was optimal. Didn't say he was in spit of image. Just said he was in the normal range. But honestly, for 78-year-olds to start having heart issues is normal. And he could have had. So there's this thing about the hand. Have you seen the hand thing?
Yep. He kind of like.
Can you pull that up in a new tab on the screen? Like the zoom in of the hand that they did on the news recently?
Picture or video?
Just the pictures.
Of him holding up his hand?
No, the one where he has it down by his side and they did a zoom up and it has the makeup and stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Trump.
Wait, he's like this?
Yeah, so like, can I share my
Yeah,
screen?
you can.
Is that a thing I can do? Here, let me do that. Sorry, guys. This is my first time doing this.
I'm going to cut all this out.
All right, so if we look at this picture, oh my God, they're going to hide it on us. Great. But if you look at the picture, you can see the heavy makeup. And there's this bulge right here. And then look at the veins in his hand and how thick they are and whatnot. And you can almost start to see some of the discoloration in his hand around.
It definitely looks like makeup.
It is 100% makeup. But the thing that's relevant is it shows where they've had the catheters in and they've been pushing all these different fluids in and trying to get them back. So there's different possibilities of what could have happened here. There's a few. And I think it's fair to have multiple. One, he just had too much salt from his McDonald's the other night, and it kind of got to him a little bit, and it caused his legs to swell, and he got caught with it. I mean, he's 78 years old and eating Big Macs and drinking Diet Coke and eating fries and stressing out and doing all this other stuff. Like, kind of happens for that age, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't necessarily mean any heart issues. Persistent constant swelling means some kind of edema, right? Generally, which is water fluid retention. And, some people have to go on water pills because their heart can't clear it out as well as it used to. And their kidneys aren't working quite as well as it used to. But remember, this guy's 78 years old. He's significantly overweight. He's very unhealthy in my mind based on everything I've seen. Like, this guy couldn't run a mile if a dog was chasing him. Maybe if a jury was chasing him, but not if a dog was chasing him. But anyway.
No. He can't touch his toes.
Yeah. Like, he falls going up the steps of the Air Force One. But anyway. But this is not the only thing that has been pointed out. There's been numerous other speculations about him having to wear a catheter bag and him wearing special leg supports for knee issues and he's been walking around these weird ass elevator shoes to get him the extra couple of inches to try to be closer to the height he says he is, which is funny. But anyway, he's not in the best of shape for a human being, but he's probably in a nominal shape for a near 80-year-old fat guy that's been eating McDonald's and has been very lethargic for a lot of his life. You can see in his hand like the swelling and the fat and all that kind of stuff. If you see him in different profiles and different different angles, you can see the fat, you can see the deposit, you can see the lack of muscle. Like, you see him in a golf shirt and his shorts that he wore when he was at that tournament down at Mar-a-Lago, like, without the makeup and everything, that's rough. Mm-hmm. And that orange paint kind of hides it. The orange makeup does hide a lot, but this guy, like, a lot of people have been predicting health issues. Now, physical health issues, possible heart attack. Now, the other possibility is he's had a heart event, that he had some kind of stroke or something like that within the last few months.
During COVID?
It's a very realistic possibility because he did dip out of the media for a few days, right?
Oh, from Canada?
He was traveling.
When he left the G7 summit early?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things I've seen speculating that he had a health scare there, and they rushed him out there because he had like multiple negotiations supposedly lined up, and people were like, "Where the hell did he go?" And people were like, "Oh, well, he got mad and pouted, went home." It's like, that's not a good excuse either. But
that actually makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. Now that this is coming out now, and that's pretty serious when Caroline Levitt's talking about it. versus, and then just a very mysterious disappearance, when he has to leave all of a sudden.
And this isn't the first one. Like, he's been rushed to the hospital during his first term and at least once during this term, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Well, feel free to go Google it. He's been rushed to the hospital a few times. And there's been a lot of speculation that Hart. Now, the other thing, too, is there's been rumors and there are a lot of people coming out and saying that it's true, but, I don't have documentation, so I'm going to go with rumor. Yeah. But he basically lives on speed. I'm not sure which drug it is, but one of those legally prescribable...
Like Ritalin?
Adderall or something?
Adderall, yeah, that'll do it.
But he's said, I think it was Adderall, was it? They had a pharmacy in the White House just dispensing it like Pez.
That makes sense. He's following right in Hitler's footsteps.
So, well, that's a whole different thing. But anyway, man, now you got me thinking about nonsense.
Did you hear this thing? Did you hear him? He was asked a question, I think it was yesterday or the day before, a very specific question on like how long the people are supposed to stay at Alligator Alcatraz. He was asked the question, and then he thought about it, and then he asked the reporter to ask it again. So the reporter asked again, and then his answer was how much he loved Florida.
Yeah, so that's a whole thing that's come up too, is there's been multiple doctors that have come out and they've said, based on the information available, he is showing significant mental decline. Significant, and it's getting to the point to where the news and the media are having to cut away from him, or having to cut it up or re-explain it, or people are ushering him. Like, if you watch him at that cup,
the World Cup, let's talk about that.
Well, if you watch, so
let's watch it.
Things there was he got lost on stage. He then stole a medal, and then he tried to steal another medal. People were telling him to go away, and he told them to go away. Like he was an old man and didn't know where he was. Like, come on. Oh, I felt bad for the people there, but at the same time, it's like, you invited them.
Let's check it out.
You got the clip?
Okay, guys trying to get him out of there.
So supposedly that's a replica, and the original was to White House years ago. And he just kept it. And they didn't give it back. So they had to create a new one. So that's a replica that he's now has. Now, you missed the scene before this. There's another scene before this. No, like it's not his clip. There's another scene before it where he has one of the trophies like the guy has around his neck. And he's like trying to know what to do with it. And he can't figure it out. And he ends up just going, folds it up and puts it in his pocket and walks off.
That sounds right. Hold on, let's watch his behavior.
All happens. So right now, that right pocket jacket has that other medal he stole.
All right, let's watch his behavior, because the other guy's trying to usher him off right now.
So pause it right there.
Come on, buddy.
Pause. Chris,
get out of there, man. My boys are trying to celebrate.
Back it up a little bit. So when the guy tells him, and Trump turns and kind of leans back over and looks at the other guy, that guy with the green tells him, you're supposed to go with that other guy. And Trump goes, you go with that guy. I'm here.
Really?
He told the other guy to go away so that he could stay after there's like, no, this is for the team. So Trump wouldn't leave. They told him to leave, and he told them to F up.
Oh, my God. Here, let's keep watching it.
Like, there's people that have got the clip, and they know what he said. Look at him.
Right there?
No, see? Look. No, you.
Yep.
You need to go.
Lack of situational awareness.
And then the guy
read the room, dude.
In the suit, like, what the hell am I going to do? This is the president of the United States. He's got full cognitive collapse.
You're embarrassing, Donald Trump. Your situational awareness is horrid.
There's a reason he's not jumping. See, the guy had to go and get him, hold him, and redirect him.
There, he pulled him through the back just so he's like, dude, we need to get you out of this picture so the team can celebrate. You're embarrassing our country.
He probably said something like, dude, sir, we need to get you to safety. And got the guy to go.
Right. Man.
The guy told him, no, you need to go. He goes, no, you need to go.
That's your president, MAGA.
Medal,
that's your guy.
Told them to leave the stage. It's like,
man,
who are you?
Well, so at least our president is in good cognitive health. He is a physical masterpiece. There is nothing
hold on.
wrong.
So Alligator Alcatraz. So I think there's one of two possibilities, and so one possibility, which I think is the one that happened, is that he decided to not answer the question by answering a completely other question. And there's no way Donald Trump would knowingly make himself look like an idiot for answering a different question if he could help it.
No way.
He did he got confused. He heard a few of the words. He couldn't keep up with what the reporter's saying. He couldn't understand what the reporter's saying. He was having a mental cognitive dissonance, and then heard stay in Florida.
Weather.
That's all he heard. He goes, well, I'll probably stay in Florida for a while. No contextual awareness. Couldn't hear the reporter after 2 times of saying, and the reporter, if you go back and listen, the reporter had to dumb it down to try to help Trump understand it because she thought what she said was too complicated for him. So she went and said it differently in order to try to help him understand it. And he missed that one too. So not only did he miss and not pay attention to the reporter, the only reporter talking in a question, he was so lost at what was going on. He wasn't paying attention to the person asking him a question. He then didn't hear it, couldn't figure it out, had to ask again, and then still got it wrong. So he got it wrong twice. And if you look at any of the other questioning I've been seeing, it's that level. Like, what was it? The one, his uncle taught the Unabomber. It's like, okay, first off, the Unabomber didn't go to that school. MIT's not in Chicago. Like, pretty much everything in that whole conversation was either wrong or a lie. And I think we've reached a point with our presidency where not everything's going to be a lie anymore. It's just going to be cognitively, he can't put it together anymore. And people were really mad at Biden for staying in office when he was showing cognitive decline, which I was one of those too. He should step down and let Kamala take the lead.
Me too.
Until the election. And I'm actually a fan of, hey, if somebody has to step down, and instead of waiting the rest of the term, I think we should hold special elections to do it over again. It shouldn't be, the president's gone, the vice president's going to be president for next year or 3.5 years. Like, no. President, special elections, and we rotate. Move on. But if you look at pretty much any press briefing or anything he's been at, you got Sleepy Don, falling asleep. There's been multiple videos of him shitting himself and making smells and people like turning away and nearly throwing up. There's him not knowing what's going on. And the saluting thing kills me. So according to my understanding, and any military people, feel free to correct me, the saluting thing is for military. Like if you're serving or have served in the military, then you get the honor of saluting. Now there's different kinds of salutes, right? You have the 3 finger, which is the Boy Scout, which is a little different. And you have a few of the others. But the proper military one with the hand up to the head, tilted at the proper angle, is specific for military. And like doing it straight up versus this means 2 completely different things. But him saluting foreigners, having not served in the military and then not being in our military, is a disgrace to our military. Him saluting criminals, again, dishonorable. Him even saluting our military, inappropriate. If you want to do something, do it across your heart, just like you did for Pledge of Allegiance. But he's not Mr. Bone Spur, and you go look it up. Bone Spur's got him out of the draft during Vietnam. Never served, and you can say, well, he was commander in chief. It's like, yeah, but not big homie. That's not.
He had the job. I don't know if he did anything though.
Well, does being president entitle you to saluting? I don't know. I don't live in that world, so feel free to comment on that one.
Yeah, actually, let's ask that to the scholars. If I have never said appropriate for me to salute an active military member or a former military member, and how do I do that?
And does anybody who's ever been president get to salute? Because that's like their honorary doctorate kind of.
Right.
The cognitive decline dementia Donnie is hitting hard, it's hitting full force, and now the health is falling to the Simpsons predicted he will not make it through this term and he will be dead well before the term's over.
The Simpsons predicted that.
Simpsons predicted it. First he'd get kicked out of the White House and then he'd die. We're well on our way towards that. Now, I don't wish him dead.
Me neither.
I'll state that for a matter of fact. I don't wish him dead. I wish the best for this country. I definitely wish the best for this country. But Donnie ate it.
Well, in the comments, let me know what you MAGA folks are feeling about Donald Trump's cognitive decline and all the crazy decisions he's making. I want to hear from you guys.
Are we imminent for a heart attack? Are we imminent for President Vance?
Any polls? Yeah. Are we going to have a heart attack first, or is his brain going to go? All right. Well, until next time, we'll leave it there. Hit subscribe. That's it for today's episode of Almost Above Average Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you've got something out of our conversation, do us a favor and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Don't forget to follow the McMedia Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more updates, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes action. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.